Hello, this is on the BP oil spill, and although it is a environmental disaster, that is a fact, but how is it being presented in the media? When you get four senior US senators saying that BP lobbied for the Lockerbie bomber to be released so that they could get contracts within Libya, that is a serious attack on a major British company and a major British financial institution such as BP, or an industrial institution, I might add. That this has suddenly become, it's not something to do with practicalities of fixing a oil well a mile down with robots, but a major political and media attack on such a British, well-known British brand name. Now, we have to ask, why is this, and who is benefiting when certain companies in the United States, namely Exxon and Halliburton, have major influence over the media companies in the United States? Now, BP may not have this influence, I don't know, to be honest. But certainly within Europe and Britain, BP probably does have quite a sophisticated lobbying structure. Did they lobby for the Lockerbie bomber to be released? Well, that might be a load of nonsense, but to be honest, I do not know whether that happened or not. We can only go on the media sources that are available. If they did do it, would not be the first time an oil company has done something like that. But you have to remember that the Americans are not blameless in this themselves. After all, wasn't it the oil Exxon, BP, and the CIA who removed Mossadegh in Iran and installed the Shah, and then the Ayatollahs came in? France had something to do with that as well. So no one is blameless, and the idea that this is all about an environmental disaster in the media is false, because these senators are not picking at any particular oil company. They're any general oil company for criticism. They're picking out a particular oil company. Now, the problem with this is that this is stoking up anti-British and anti-European sentiment in the United States, and this is being done deliberately. Why is this? Why, when we should be speaking on the same page, Europe and America, why are we not? Doesn't this only benefit people in the Middle East, particularly the oil baron crime families of the Saudis and Bin Ladens? Shouldn't we all be speaking on the same page here? As it was reported in Al Jazeera, who reported with glee at the Anglo-American split and the American-European split because of the BP oil spill, something that can be practically solved with the use of robotics, with the use of engineering. Why should it become a political and media football? It's a fact that the capital cost of maintaining oil rigs is higher than the ability of oil companies to sustain them. That may be an excuse. As an environmentalist, I think it's a shocking admission of the dirtiness of oil. The fact that we should get off of oil completely and have clean energy, fusion power, solar power, wind power. But the Americans, who use the most oil of any country per capita, have now suddenly discovered that oil is a dirty business. Give me a break. Exxon and Halliburton have been rampaging throughout the world, especially in Iraq and Iran, raiding people's oil supplies for decades, and yet suddenly when BP does it, it's the worst crime ever. This is not right. Fundamentally, the Exxon Valdez disaster was as major a oil spill as this one, and it was more localized in the local Alaskan area. Now, this BP oil spill is next to a major population centre of the New Orleans, but the problems in fixing it, and BP have been trying to fix it, is the fact that it's in hurricane season. In the Gulf of Mexico, you get hurricanes. Remember Hurricane Katrina, which devastated New Orleans because somebody forgot their health and safety and did not build levees properly. Everyone can make mistakes, Americans and British alike. Were they a British crews on those oil rigs, or working on or maintaining the pipeline? No, they were robotics, and also probably American crews. You cannot know the full nationality of every single person who worked there. There's probably Americans, British and Mexicans all working for that company. And since Americans like to have Americans working on American assets, even if it may be a British company, you cannot blame all of Britain for the mistake of an individual within a major corporation such as BP. Now, is this, as in Siriana said, corruption is why we win? Well, is this a cynical attempt by other oil companies to do when they would do exactly the same things as BP, to have a go at them in the media, to cynically pressurise the American media to take a nationalistic stance against BP? Well, this may be the case. It's not certainly the case, but it may well be the case. Hopefully this will all be resolved. Peace. Thank you for listening.